the Constitution?
Yeah, no, and they're, like I said, they take the classes on it. You are right, and they do take refreshers to defend them. They're probably more, concentrating on the Fourth, the Fifth Amendment, things along that line, because that's what they deal with more regularly, if that makes sense to you.
It does, but they infringe on the First Amendment all the time. They infringe on the...
And they should know the First Amendment. You're absolutely right there. They're on freedom of speech.
Speech, press, petition, assembly. You know, you got the 5 prongs out there. Religion, let me not forget that. But you know, how many officers can name off the five prongs of the First Amendment? And
there is no. A lot of people say in pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, well, but that's not named in there.
That's right. That's why I say most people will throw that in there. It's not.
I would argue the Nevada Constitution gives you that, and its guarantee of liberty.
Yeah.
So the Nevada Constitution protects us.
Yeah. What is happiness? I guess would be the definition.
Oh God, you can't make everybody happy. You just got to let them be free to be whatever they're going to be.
Yeah, and that's where so often that's how lawyers make their money, is the discussion on what that means.
Oh yeah.
What the word, where's the comma, etc. And that's the frustrating part so often.
Oh yeah.
I do hear you on that.
So I mean, those are some of my simple ideas. Because, like you said, you want to put it in the schools. I want it in the schools too. But I think that people that are getting paid with government taxpayer money, that have taken oaths to uphold the Constitution and protect the Constitution, shouldn't they at least know what they're taking an oath to uphold and protect, and be able to tell you what it's about?
Yeah, I can hear your point. I guess I was looking at it more. I was thinking of somebody, since we talked DMV, at the DMV counter, taking your money on your vehicle registration.
Oh, to me,
you want them to?
I want them to know what the Constitution says, because it's. So here's how I look at it. Maybe you've got a different perspective. Is these people, whether it's the lowliest pay grade of the government, the DMV counter person, I don't know if there's lower pay grade or higher, but let's use that person, or the governor himself, shouldn't they know what this Constitution says? And that way they can go through their lives, whether they're doing their government job, or they're getting paid, or they're going to the grocery store feeding their babies. Shouldn't they know what that Constitution says that they work for? And instead, what we've become is a nation of policies and procedures.
Where I was going to go is, you want them to, for their training, annual training, to be better versed on the job that they do, to make sure that your licensing fees, that your license, your vehicle registrations, etc., are appropriate, up to date, are properly issued, versus the Constitution itself. I'm just looking at balance of time, because we are extremely short on state employees across the board, as you well know. So, and like you said earlier, some of this is an argument or a discussion on semantics.
Right.
Admittedly.
The basic concept is, how do you get the government employees that are supposed to be protecting and upholding the Constitution know what they're protecting and upholding? All of them. Why do they exist? What is their purpose for working for the government? Well, to uphold the Constitution. Well, what does DMV do? DMV generates revenue for the government to operate and keeps records. So let them keep their records, let them generate their tax dollars, and the people that are generating the tax dollars know My tax dollars is designed to protect my personal rights. So if I want to go off of my off time and go petition or speak or say something, when I'm dealing with the cops, what can they do? What can they take? Where are the boundaries? And let's educate the government workers on what the boundaries are.
Like I said, I can understand what you're saying. I'm just looking at it for the day-to-day. What do I want them to be better versed in? Now, supervisors, the administrators, you said law enforcement, directors, they should have a much better understanding. So that's why I say some of this to me is an argument on the semantic side of where do you want them to spend their time.
Well, and you raised a thing. The state's short of employees. Why is the state short of employees?
Wants to work.
You want to know?
Yeah, what's your perspective?
We don't pay them. The counties pay better. We're not attractive, and I think there's a larger issue. Younger people have lost a sense of duty or service, see a value to being a service, government service, and that's in the military, that's even in medical. So to me it goes to a farther extreme, but a lot of it is we're just not supplying, we're not attractive to the workforce.
That's money usually solves most of the problems because you're competing with private industry and other government entities. And how do you win?
It doesn't. I went into law enforcement. I could have made a lot more money in going into my original field of medicine, considerably, but I just didn't feel at the time that I was. It wasn't the service that I was enjoying. I wanted to be more hands-on and dealing with individuals in very difficult, challenging situations. When I came to Nevada, I could have admittedly, the pay is much better with some of the local agencies than with the state. But I liked the opportunity that the state gave me. So there were some things that attracted me more to the state, and so I took that loss of pay. Even come out here, I was I lost about $6,000 back in 1980 to coming to Nevada, to work in Nevada from where I was in Miami. And as you recall, back to 1980, $6,000 was quite a bit of money to you.
Yeah, it's probably 36 now.
But I did not enjoy the lifestyle and where Miami was at the time.